On the news this morning, Anambra State government urges Nigerians to remain hopeful in hard times. Stakeholders call for food security. House of Representatives expressed concern over fuel price hike. Meta begins a WhatsApp Instagram employee layoff. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidima Orangwa. The Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, has called on young Nigerians not to lose hope in the country, but to remain hopeful as the hard time presently in the country will surely end someday. The Deputy Governor made the call at the University of Nigeria Nsukka, Enugu State during the 49th induction and oath-taking ceremony of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences of the institution. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has details.
Deputy Governor Bezim, who congratulated the 364 pharmacy graduates, encouraged them to see opportunities that are bound in Nigeria and leverage on them, and as well endeavor to contribute their quota to the development of the country in their various capacities. Earlier in a speech, the acting Vice Chancellor, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Professor Polycarp Chibu, represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Professor Romanus Ezo Okonkwo, charged the young pharmacists to uphold values that have been inculcated in them and to strive to make meaningful impact in the health sector.
A system trained you, so remember to go back and sow in the system. That's the word.
Remember that you are not just entering a profession, you are becoming stewards of health and wellness in our communities. The responsibility you assume today is not to be taken lightly. You are now equipped with the knowledge and skills to make a meaningful difference in the lives of countless individuals.
It's very imperative that as the next generation of pharmacists, you are going to embrace these forces, not with fear or timidity, but with confidence, with creativity, and with vision.
From UNN, Enugu State, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
A resource person at the second edition of White Cane campaign organized by Anambra State Signage and Advertisement Agency ANSA and others, Barrister Samadina Chukwueluka has called on the Anambra State government to properly constitute and adequately fund the State Disability Rights Commission, saying that the measures will help in addressing about 80% of their challenges. Barrister Chukwueluka also visually impaired equally taxed the executive arm of the state government to always have White Cane users in mind while making policies and implementing programs such as road construction. Correspondent Joseph Iwocha has details of this report.
He said that it is the duty of the government to ensure that white canes are made available to those that need them at all times, adding that their provision is contained in the disability right laws of the state.
Our responsibilities as white cane users, and one of the responsibilities of white cane users is to always make use of your white skin. Your duty number one is to make use of your white skin anytime, any day, wherever you are.
A clergyman, Reverend Ebel Okoye, on behalf of members of various support groups, reminded the visually impaired persons that God can allow one to be challenged in one way or the other, but for his glory, and promised continued support to answer in attending to the people with special needs. At the event held at All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha, 100 visually impaired persons received white canes with sheaves, courtesy of ANSA in collaboration with other partners. From All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
As part of the activities to mark the 2024 World Food Day, Anambra State Ministry of Agriculture has enjoined stakeholders to join efforts towards achieving food security and fostering sustainable agricultural practices. The Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejo, made this call during a roadwork to commemorate the United Nations World Food Day with the theme Food for Better Life and Better Future, which seeks to urgently promote sustainable food systems and combat global hunger faced currently by the 733 million people. Correspondent Chibuzo Bidike tells us more.
According to Dr. Ifejiofo, the day seeks to raise awarenesses about food security and to encourage global efforts to eradicate hunger, saying that the state understands that food security is not just about availability, but also about nutrition, safety, access, utilization, and stability, sensitizing the public during the roadshow at various areas in the capital city. The permanent secretary of the ministry, Mrs. Ifeyinwa Uzoka, said that the sensitization work is geared towards ensuring that every citizen has access to healthy and nutritious food, which is in line with the state government's campaign, and assured the ministry's readiness to enhancing agricultural productivity, ensuring sustainable food system, and improve the livelihoods of farmers.
The move that the solution government has adopted is to try and mitigate this gap between the consumption and the production in the country.
We are also trying to see how to make sure that we do not concentrate only in rain-fed farming. Rather, we want to see how to, partner with agencies that have come to us to make sure that irrigation is resuscitated in Anambra State.
In Oka, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
Anambra State has been described as the head of the Igbo race and a true representative of the black race. Chief Valentine Ozibo, the Chief Executive Officer of VCL Foundation, said this during the reunion of local government coordinators of Osisiama Foundation head at Miss Dora Hotel, Omunya. We have details of this report from our studio.
According to Chief Ozibo, those values for which Ndibo were known and cherished in the past are now facing extinction. In his speech, Dr. Chikobi Dibo noted that his foundation is not a political organization, stating that good leaders can only emerge when people show interest in politics.
Anambra Boisibo. Anambra Boisibo Ediamaka. Can I know our identity? Malo Gaibo. I'm not going to go in I'm all that the vision I suppose in our pursuit. Our vision is beyond us. It's beyond taking Anambra to glorious level. It's beyond this because our mission and vision for how to make sure that the black race with that dignity as supposed to be. Good leadership, why are they and they were good leadership, but less in my animal. Mandra is only in Laga, Liban, Tinja, Chilaka, Winnie, I say it's like Ilanaga. Well, the is going mad. Rather than your attention, rather than you may give me a number of buy and
It was a moment of celebration, praise and thanksgiving to God as the Catholic community in Albao Family, Okanof local government area joyfully welcomed another indigenous ordained Catholic priest, Reverend Father Joseph Ilebunam. This came after 31 years since such an event was last witnessed in the town. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has details.
In a sermon, the director, Fide School of Theology, Oka Catholic Diocese, Reverend Father Celestine Monwe, cautioned Christians against insatiable quest for wealth and affluence, saying that such is against the will of God for them and can hinder one from entering into the kingdom of God.
So we are so happy and elated that God has answered our prayer. In fact, He has opened the door for other priests and religions to come.
Because they have the calling of God. And then here guy na chuku. Over 31 years I worked there, Father. Father. So I'm making it easier.
I also asked him to learn from his senior brothers and look at them so that he also discharge his own duty.
The backbone, what pushes me to forge ahead, to love God, to serve Him, and to serve my neighbor and to love my neighbor.
from Obo family in Oka North local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
The House of Representatives says that the recent hike in fuel pump prices could trigger social unrest. The Green Chamber handed down the warning as a meeting between the federal government and labor leaders over the increase in petrol prices ended in a stalemate on Wednesday. Last week, NNPC retail outlets raised the petrol price to 1,030 naira per litre from 897 naira in Abuja, while in Lagos, the price jumped from 998 naira per litre from 868. Other regions experienced similar increases. As Insurance Group, one of the fastest growing insurance groups in Nigeria, has announced a remarkable growth in its financial performance for 2023. In a release signed by Chief Marketing Officer of the group, Ifesinachi Obago, as Insurance Group says its gross written premium grew by 60% from 31.7 billion naira from 19.9 billion naira it recorded in 2022, while its insurance revenue increased by 80% at 20 billion naira compared to what it was at 11.3 billion naira in 2022. Its profit before tax surged by 258.97% at 4.2 billion naira in 2023 from 1.17 billion naira in 2022. As insurance company paid a total of 4.1 billion naira claims in 2023, representing an increase of 1.56% from 1.6 billion claims paid in 2022. The group earlier this year marked its third anniversary by unveiling an impact documentary. Meta has started laying off employees across its teams. The Facebook parent company confirmed to reporters in a statement, adding that the changes are made to reallocate company resources. According to reports, employees working at Instagram, Reality Labs, and WhatsApp were affected by the layoffs. Meta laid off 11,000 employees in 2022, following over-optimism about the company's growth. Over now to sport, Nigerian midfielder has etched his name in the history of Nigerian football as the most capped active player for the Super Eagles. The Fulham midfielder made his 81st international appearance last Friday, playing a vital role in Nigeria's 1-0 victory over Libya during the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying tie at the Gaswell at Babu Stadium. The win came amid tough challenges, with the team having to overcome a stalwart Libya defense. And that's it on the news this morning. Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page or at ABS Television Oka. You can also follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Our website is www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our major stories. Anambra State government has urged Nigerians to remain hopeful in hard times. Stakeholders have called for food security. House of Representatives has expressed a concern over fuel price hike. We also told you that Meta has begun WhatsApp Instagram employee layoff. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Good morning.